steadily as we've done our cleanup since 2005, there have been a lot of changes, and are down to us, down to others in the community, down to agencies, governments. We have more facilities now. We have more recycling now that never used to exist before. But clearly the level of development, the amount of activity, the amount of tourism, it all is quite a mammoth task, I think, to keep Gibraltar clean. And has there been enough done to it? Well, I think there's been a lot of effort to try and keep Gibraltar clean, but the impact is quite heavy from the amount of people that were here. And I think there has been a lot of concern, voiced publicly, about the lack of cleanliness, particularly in the urban areas and the town area. And this has coincided with a now awarded contract to another company, so a changeover. And I think there has been some improvement seen, but we wish them luck. It's not an easy task to undertake to keep Gibraltar clean. We want the new contract to better maintain the sites that we clean, which are out of the way, remote natural areas, and we will be Britannia's already pledged their support, and going forward we'll be highlighting these coastal sites that are so threatening to the marine environment. Any rubbish dumped there can make its way to the sea. So and other green areas that are habitats and will not do very well if they're not cleared more regularly.
We've seen how cracking down on fly tipping in some areas can lead people simply to find another spot. What can be done to tackle this problem overall, do you think?
We'd like to see enforcement rolled out, because we think that in the odd occasion that this happens, it must be possible to trace back from the amount of stuff that's dumped, trace back to the culprit. We know that webcams are being rolled out, and we're taking this up with the Department of Environment to see what light they can shed also on the fly tipping. But it is a rare occasion, thankfully, that major fly tipping is happening. People tend to sort of place a lot of furniture and wrong types of waste at recycling points, for example, hoping that this will be taken away, and eventually they have to be taken away, otherwise the roads are blocked. But I think more, our campaign is about education, facilities, and enforcement. The better informed the citizen is, the hopefully more likely they are to make the right decisions and use the facilities properly. And if they don't, then there should be some comeback. So we aim to have this as our key areas, as our key points of the campaign. We are very grateful to have a lot of the education establishments take part in the cleanup, because we think this links them directly to the impacts of plastic waste in our natural environment, and it's a very important message for them to take. We get the feedback from them. We're told that it's an enjoyable and fulfilling experience to do. We know other volunteers around the world are doing this for the same reason. There's too much plastic in our environment. There's too much waste in our environment, and there's more than authorities can cope with. So we know how much we go through in a day. A lot of this is making its way into our natural environment, and it's killing wildlife, and it's ending up entering the food chain. I mean, we have to do a lot more than we're doing collectively to really show civic pride and pull together once again in 2018 and pull it off as we like to do.